Hardforking presents Play to Earn Community.
Join the Discord to learn more.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Hardforking channel. We are all about crypto culture. This particular show is all about play to earn. Welcome along. If you're joining us for the first time, please hit like and subscribe. It's well worth your time. How are my co-hosts, Mathematics and Mr. Gonzo?
All good.
Not bad.
Excellent. So we're going to ram-pack show for you today. People will be covering many topics. But I guess the best way to kick it off is to explain to the people that are finding us for the first time exactly what we are doing in the play to earn space, what offerings we've got. So over to my co-host, Mr. Gonzo, for a quick rundown of what Hardforking is offering.
Well, we are offering scholarships in a bunch of different play to earn games. And currently, our involvement, we've got Gala, Axie, Chronicles, Block Duelers. We've entered a couple pre-sales and some new stuff coming up. Amioka brands with Rev Racing the cars, and now actually this week they're releasing packs for MotoGP, which is motorbikes, which looks pretty cool. Some of the details, there's a huge milestone in Axie land, and that is $2 billion in sales, which is like, wow, $2 billion, right? And it was a billion, a month ago? Nice little graphic here that, I know somebody that actually made that. Actually, that was us. Ha. So this is, there's been a lot of bud going on in Axie. There's a lot of guys that jumped in at the top. They got all this content created about Axie, and they were like flooding it because the price is going down. When you look at it, when they started, when they bought, they all bought the top. The price went down. They were catching flack for shilling it on all their followers. And then so to make up for the fact that they were getting in trouble, they just said, oh, well, it's the team's fault, And there's a couple interesting videos going around that just made me laugh. The other big news was the breeding fees went down for Axies, which happened pretty much, like I think in the last video we talked about happening within the week, and then 2 days later it happened. So the new breeding cost, it doubled in SLP. The old cost was $300 for your first breed and $600 now, which seems crazy. It's doubled in SLP cost, but they halved the AXS cost. So now the breeds actually works out cheaper. So you want AXS, 600 SLP for your first breed. So that should affect the price of SLP a little bit, which is kind of cool. The other thing that they had in Axie Land was this thing called Collab Land, which is a bot that connects to your MetaMask wallet and checks what you have. And then so the Axie Discord is growing too large, and I need to put some controls on it, I guess. So tokenized communities can use Collab Land, and it'll read if you have, for instance, like an Origin Axie or a Mystic Axie, and that will give you special privileges and VIP rooms and stuff like that. So, the Collab Land thing, I'm not really super keen on. There's a lot of stuff, like I think Sean was going to segue into about, verifying yourself on Twitter and making your shit public and people know who you are and see your wallet. I'm not 100% into that, but that seems to be the way to go now with like the PFP projects and everybody flaunting what they have and like verifying it on Twitter. So that's kind of interesting.
Jordan, I got my friend Lenny to slowly start weaning his way into becoming his own personal manager. He wanted to know a few tips. But one of his questions he asked me last night was, with SLP just bleeding out and dying, like, is it even going to be worth it for me doing this? And I gave him the spiel you did about, look, in these times, it's time to build. And then when it goes back up, that's the time to earn. So I was like, you're in the right time. You're coming in at the right moment. Would you agree with those sentiments?
Yeah, exactly. You can come in, you're going to get a lot more people coming in when the price is pumping, right? But I have a super hard time telling people to buy at that time. Like I had so many people that were not into crypto coming to me when Axie was going crazy. Oh, Axie. I'm like, if you really want to build something, let's build a plan. Don't just jump in and go and buy the best Axies and buy a bunch of AXS and SLP and start go crazy, right? There's a lot of ramp up that you need to get into it properly. And so it's worked out pretty well. So these people that came to me, right near the peak, I've slowly weaned them into it. Like, play the game. Here, borrow some Axies. Here, learn about breeding. Here, learn about scholarships. Here, learn how to manage a scholarship, Yeah. So there's all these steps that it's good in the bear market to learn that stuff, And then when the good times come, you can just take profits, right? Instead of buying the top and getting angry at the team because, people forget Axie is not a finished product, right? And so many people are like, ugh, the game's boring, we're not making any ASLP, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, guys, take a deep breath, zoom out, and look at what you're talking about,
Zoom out.
Yeah, look, fantastic point, guys. I mean, look, I just know within our own team, obviously we're a crypto culture channel and we will continue to cover all aspects of crypto. Most people are in the space to trade and are speculating on price, but one thing that's definitely happened amongst our Hardforking members is we kind of have stopped looking at the price. We're really about getting involved in these different communities, in these games, and really seeing where there is actually adoption, where there is a future. How blockchains actually work and what's in it for the user. So I think the points you've raised there, Jordan, are absolutely valid. This is still so unbelievably early. Axie is obviously the poster child. They've got a massive war chest. I expect big things from them in the future and for this whole play-to-earn space. On that note, what other play-to-earn offerings would you like to tell the community about?
Going with we are early days. Another project here is Block Duelers. They've been around since February, March, and they built the game. The game works. They've been improving it. They've been putting out new characters, all these different NFTs you can play, right? And they start at level 0. I've leveled a couple up to level 19, 20. So this will be a scholarship as well because I think in the next couple days, Garrett was telling me that the play to earn will be enabled on the game. So when you duel, right now you pay 2 DC to play, and then depending on your level, you're going to get rewards in DC for winning games. So I'm going to start handing out some of these NFTs to our scholars, and they can start leveling them up. And that you earn on this is you're going to earn DC, right? And then later on, you go to the store. When you've collected enough, you're going to buy some keys for 2,500 DC, and then you're going to get an NFT. And then that NFT you can buy and sell in the marketplace. You can level it up, right? So it's an NFT based like market flipping play to earn style. So there's more details coming out in the next couple of days. So this is ramped up. We've got 12 scholars ready to go as soon as this kicks off. So that'll be kind of fun.
Now, our community obviously knows a lot about Nine Chronicles. We've been talking about this for months. If you are joining us for the first time, I strongly encourage you to go check this out. I'm a massive fan. I've become incredibly addicted to playing this game. It's early days, so early that the current season is called Season 0. It's very much a bit of a test of how this is working. There's been pros and cons to this. I jumped in very early, acquired a number of assets that they've reduced the price of now, so that's a bit of a negative from my point of view. But as I say, this is really, really early with this game. I think it's a great looking game. The roadmap for this is more decentralized than pretty much anything else I've seen in the space. So link below if you want an invitation code. They are limited. It is quite difficult to actually get up and running on this thing at the moment. What are your thoughts on Nine Chronicles so far, guys? We're about 2 weeks into actually playing it.
I'm literally playing it as we speak. I've got full attention to you guys, but it's running on my left. And
likewise.
and I have a question.
Yes.
Last time we spoke on this channel, compared to now, I was fairly much more clueless. I'm a lot more knowledgeable now, but I do have a question. I've been going insane doing the crafting quests. In other words, crafting the sword, crafting the ring, but only the ones with the red exclamation point. I was under the impression at first that by doing that, I would be raising the blue experience bar on the top left, but it doesn't seem to be doing that. Is quest rewards for something else entirely?
Sorry, the quest reward is when you're completing a stage. You also get crafting rewards when you've upgraded something X amount of times. So
you get rewards, but not experience.
And these rewards are just those ingredients, I guess.
Yep.
Correct.
Oh,
correct.
Okay.
In the new update that was released last week, they stated that they're adjusting all of this, and they did some beta testing on the higher levels that if you got more rewards per level, everybody was into it and they were into that. So that sounds kind of cool. So the crafting is being reworked a little bit, and they're going to make the rings more powerful because currently as they are, they don't really have as much CP, and they've adjusted the display so that you can see the extra items or the extra powers that the rings have. And then for me, the most interesting thing in that last update was RPC client. Now, I mean, I'm not super technical, but I know enough to know that RPC means loaning assets. And that's part of what enabled Axie to do the play to earn model. So what'll happen is you'll be able to have
Are you sure? I actually think it's a remote procedure call, which basically means that you're going to be able to play the game on a machine that's not downloading the entire blockchain. And that's the issue at the moment.
That's the first step, Sean, for the play to earn, where you'll be able to let somebody else play your account, right? So once they get that going, like that's I'm pretty sure that's the foundation of it. But this is the first step in allowing the play to earn, where you can like lease out your character and someone else can play for you.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Just on that note, guys and community, obviously we've been running a program for a number of months now with Nine Chronicles. We're tweaking this as we go, so you need to bear with us, just like you need to bear with the team behind the game. Things, this is really, really early days on this. If you are getting into this game, look, everything is recorded on the blockchain. What Mr. Gonzo is talking about here is an initiative to improve the speed of the game's operation. There are issues at the moment. Me personally, I basically missed a night's sleep trying to upload the game again because the arena battle failed. I think you've had the same problem as well, Mr. Gonzo. That's incredibly frustrating. So it is early days. Don't expect a perfect product just yet, but it's getting there. I think a lot of these other gaming projects out there, they're either just a trailer at the moment, or they're very, very centralized. So this one is quite special in that respect. And as I say, go check it out. You're very, very early to this one, and join our community. We're developing our own scholarship program around this. So get involved.
Okay, so one thing I wanted to bring up was, because we're talking about all this functioning, actually in reality, working gameplay, that we got scholarships, we got managers, we got a structure, we got a system. But one thing that's both intriguing and maybe a little bit troublesome to me is the fact that there's so much basically non-existent gameplay out there, all built on promises and hope. There's a wide variety of games out here where they're not actually games, they're just marketplaces for NFTs for the games. And okay, one good example would be Star Atlas, which is, hyped to be one of the most massive metaverse. The way the CEO describes Star Atlas is not just a game, but a place where you can go to university and learn. You can work. It's a world, and at the moment, if you go to their website and hit play, it takes you to a marketplace. Period. To buy a spaceship. And what did I do, guys? Bought a spaceship. Show you right here. By the way, I'm happy to make this a hard forking spaceship. I made sure to buy one that can operate with a crew, because a lot of spaceships are like manned by one or two people only. This has a long-term incubator kind of sleeping system for multiple person crews. I'm easy to get caught up in something. I have an ape. I have a few other things that I aped into that worked out. And I was talking about this with Leanne when she was helping me set up my Phantom wallet. So because Star Atlas is built on the Solana blockchain, she helped me set it up. And then I was telling her what I was doing, and she's like, "What is this? You're buying a spaceship?" And I was like, Don't follow my lead here." But yes, and I bought one, and you guys will see it. It's pretty dope, but dope in the sense that it looks cool, and dope in the sense that if Star Atlas turns out to be a real thing, then boys, we're in business. We're gonna be flying through this fucking universe. But there's no proof of that. It's literally what some guy on a webcam is talking about. So I guess that's what I wanted to ask you guys is, what is your opinion on this?
I find one of the best indicators of a crypto project, the 10,000x promise from the team about token price, is surefire scam. And the opposite of that is under promise, over deliver, right? And Axie is pretty good at that. And you look at any game that has anything done, they don't make promises. They say they're going to deliver. They don't say when exactly. They say it's coming. These are guys that understand that if you're doing anything new, it takes time technically, right? So you might have a goal and a milestone, but technical difficulties, creating video games is difficult to start with, and then adding blockchain is even more difficult. So you got to have be a little bit lenient here when if they write down September 3rd and it shows up on September 5th and the price crashes and blah blah. Like, come on, there's just so much emotion in crypto, right? And FOMO is one and FUD is the other. And right now, people bought in the FOMO, and now they see their assets falling, and now they're getting FUD, and they don't know what to do. And instead of researching, they just react and try and preserve their capital, right? So, that's why we try and bring games where there's like, okay, this is an actual thing. Try it. If you like it, invest. We're past that point now, like in 2018 with the ICO bubble, where everything is a promise in a white paper. Like, you don't have to be that risky. Just go to the project that says they have something, and if they have something, then wow, if there's a community behind it, okay, then you didn't miss the boat. You're still early. You're not going to get that floor price pre-sale, but if you believe in that project and you see it working, just look at the market cap and project what you think the market cap could be. That'll tell you how much money you can make on it. You know what I mean? If you're really in it for investing, if you're in it for fun, just buy stuff and play stuff that's fun.
So on that note, speaking of fun, we're talking to the major gaming studios. We're looking to bring you as many opportunities and offers as possible. So please do let us know what games you would like to learn more about. Second point, speaking of investing, on next week's episode, the three of us are going to show you which gaming assets we have individually bought for Hardforking and the community, and why. So we're going to go through the tokenomics, why we think they're good investments, etc. So check that out. Star Atlas obviously will be Jesse's first one to explain to us.
Buying phantom NFTs.
Here's another one connected to what we've talked about quite a bit, which is spider tanks from Gala. Gala just keeps rolling, man. More announcements, more games, everything's getting closer. They released an alpha that's supposed to be out for 2 weeks, but in typical crypto fashion, a huge part of the community is having problems even downloading it because it's new, it's alpha, stress test with the network. So, I bought a bunch of tanks with my Gala rewards for my node for the past 6 months. I did the other tests. It was fun. So I'm like, I like this. I could instantly see the play to earn potential, and I instantly could see the scholarship model. So I loaded up. They had a 50% off sale. We loaded a bunch of tanks. I think I have 16 different tanks. A little bit shorter on the weapons, but I'm sure those will fill in sooner or later with all the, play the game, get the reward. But I think it's going to be another case where, similar to 9 Chronicles, I don't think they can be running at the same time. Got to turn everything off, let one go, play that one, turn everything off, get the other one going. So just typical blockchain stuff, it's still growing. It's early days, but if you can, have the patience and get through it, it'll totally be worth it, I'm pretty sure, for everybody.
Yeah, excellent. Just a quick community announcement as well. If you are a hardcore gamer, a streamer, a writer, somebody that's just passionate about the space, please get in touch. We've taken on a number of our community so far. We're formalizing that with them this week. And we're looking for more people, so please get in touch with us. Link below if you want to get involved in this community. These are paid roles. Now, what other play-to-earn opportunities have we got for the community, Mr. Gonzo?
Well, this week, Rev started a new season, which looks pretty cool. They've kind of switched it up. Each week, they kind of do a new thing right here. So each day you play, you can qualify for a new car, right? That unlocks a new car. And then they've done this thing where the more people that play, the more rewards there are. So the guaranteed prize pool is 300,000 Rev, and then they've got 246 extra based on people playing. So every 1,000 sessions, they get an extra 5% bump to the prize pool. So that's pretty impressive. It's growing for sure. So that's almost over 500,000 Rev for sale, for prizes. So we've got a bunch of scholars racing this up, trying it out. It's quite difficult. For me, the problem with Rev is that it's so difficult that you need practice, and if you have to pay like 75 cents a try, you're kind of cutting out a lot of the people that want to play, right? So I'm so hoping that they come out with another option where you can just play for free and practice, because it'll just increase the gameplay for everybody if they can do that. But like I said, early days, they're trying to reinforce the you got to pay to play, right? But I just think that they might be stifling growth a little bit. with the cost of 5 rev per try. So that's a different model, right? But we're working on it, seeing how it's going. We're getting some scholars doing pretty decently under 5 minutes. I think 300, 350 was kind of the highest placing we've had. So that's good. Just keep plugging away at that and see how it develops. And then Sean and I did a pre-sale back in August for another play to earn game. This one is, I'm not really 100% sold on it. It was a small bet, and it's been around for quite a while, since like September, October. They have a nice trailer, right? And they have a white paper with all the keywords. But for me, this was just about an opportunity cost, getting in early. Ferrum, we've had those guys on. Dutch Game Studio, which has done some pretty cool stuff. Network is another Ferrum. A lot of these guys I haven't heard of. Magnus Capital is some friends of mine. So again, they're building the Metaverse. Getting connected to the Sandbox, which is another one that's been building for a really long time, but they don't have anything out yet. So it's kind of got a long roadmap, but we're in early enough, and I think it's done okay. So we'll just hold this and see how it develops. They have one game, but it really is not. It's just so smashed together. It's like a monkey grabbing bananas, and it literally is just to keep people grab some interest until they get the good things coming out. So that's been the week around here. And the other big thing actually is coming up is these MotoGP Ignition packs. So I had to register last week. There's 10 hours left, and I have one slot. I can buy one pack for $15. So I'm going to try and do that. So there's 6,000 packs, and each person only gets one. So that's good for distribution. Not good for if you want to get a bunch. But I'm sure those will be on OpenSea after that. So we'll see how the racing goes. That'd be kind of
There you go. Come and join our Play to Earn community. We're going to finish the show with a bit of a wider discussion on what's happening in the Metaverse, as they call it. We'll kick that off with your man Snoop Dogg. Actually, one of my old neighbours. He's basically turned around and told the world he's got about $17 million worth of NFTs, CryptoPunks, High Club, Art Blocks, Me Bits. Jesse, what do you think of our man Snoop Dogg? Obviously, his first sort of foray into the space with Crypto.com, I would consider a crap and a flop. Thoughts on what he's up to now?
Sounds like he's dropped into the Sandbox like it's hot. It sounds like he's recreating his real life mansion in the Sandbox, so we can have parties. He can smoke blunts. He can F the bees, if you know what I mean. And I'm not talking about Facebook. And it looks like he's I had no idea Snoop was so deep into this, but I guess I could have guessed when
he's a hardcore gamer.
Well,
I realized he was streaming a lot. He's a streamer. I mean, I guess he really is good at inserting himself into pop culture. So it's actually not that big a surprise. But yeah, he's definitely solidifying himself as a Sandbox legend now, and looks like Snoop is going to be not just a legend in the real world, but a legend in the Metaverse.
Can I mention that Snoop Dogg is also might end up being known for being a top caller? Because I remember the last time we heard about Snoop and crypto was Doge, and literally that was the top call. We called that one as well. Snoop's dropping Doge. He put out this amazing video showing Doge. I think they're on SNL the next couple days, and after that, epic crash. I mean, there's only so many times you can sell people on the Metaverse, right? With a bit of hype behind it. I don't know, man.
Let's basically give our thoughts on the top. Where are we at? For me, there's been some massive developments this week. I think it's gone over the heads of most people. But basically, Twitter have integrated tipping. They're utilizing the Bitcoin network. Now, not Bitcoin, the asset. So this is what I want to try and explain here. They're actually utilizing the Bitcoin network for instant settlement. This is a huge development in the crypto space. There's also a lot of rumors going around that ETH has been integrated into the back end, which would allow you to use an NFT, like Jesse has his Bored Ape, as an a verified profile picture. So where I'm going with this is the adoption of blockchain and crypto into these social networks. It's just going to set this whole space alight for mass adoption. So yeah, I think there are projects that are so ridiculously overinflated at the moment. So from a price point, yeah, Snoop Dogg calling a top, as you say, is definitely going to be the case in my opinion on a lot of this stuff. But I really want to stress that we're just beginning here, and the opportunity for you to get involved in effectively what is democratized finance. There's nobody stopping you getting involved here. All this nonsense about being an accredited investor in the US, etc. This is an amazing space. We've demonstrated it on this channel time and time again with a few $100 that have turned into tens of thousands. That if you are early, if you take the time to understand things and actually get in and use it, the opportunities are massive. Now, this is going to move really fast, so those opportunities will dissipate. So get involved. What are your thoughts on this, guys? Where is the top? What is a top? Where are we at? What's coming next?
Well, I think the top is in for the overhyped, extremely well-marketed projects that don't have anything to show yet. Because if we continue on, seeing the rest of the cryptos, the major ones that we know of, ETH and Bitcoin, continuing in their downtrend for a bit, it goes, all the stuff that's overinflated, those guys bleed out the most, right? And if they don't have anything fundamentally coming behind them in the near future, it just keeps bleeding. I mean, you can look at those Star Atlas charts and like Illuvium and all these other big projects. So, you can catch the next wave at the bottom. The projects that are building, man, they just keep coming out with new stuff.
Just to backtrack a slight bit back to the apes, the well-known amongst the youth DJ, who I'm not a fan of, but is huge, Marshmello. I don't know if you guys know him. He did a live show, I think, on Fortnite or something like that. He just copped a Bored Ape. But yeah, it looks like we got, just yet again another celebrity, and this time it's a celebrity connected in the crypto world. Just thought I had to keep pushing my ape squad. That's all.
On that note, here's what my second favorite podcaster had to say about NFTs a couple of days ago.
You're fully not open to the NFT stuff.
No, not
you
interested.
Are or you're not interested.
No.
Why is that?
It's a weird hustle. I think it's like a cryptocurrency hustle. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Are you in crypto or you're not in crypto at all?
I have a little bit of crypto. Little bit.
Got it.
Little bit. Not much.
Is a little bit a lot of it to other people, or is it a little bit a little bit?
Just a little bit. Just holding on to it. It's got a little bit.
I don't know what that means.
This picture. This what I'm showing you is the marketplace.
The Bored Ape Yacht Club.
$341,000.
So this is a marketplace to buy this NFT. This is one of the main marketplaces to share and buy NFTs.
Yeah.
So that's an NFT and it's worth $99.
This is like
No,
99 Ether, which is $340,000.
That image is worth $340,000.
You wouldn't want that image?
But here's my problem. I can have that photo and I can have it on my phone.
Sure, but
you don't own it.
Exactly.
What does it mean?
But
I have it on my phone.
Yeah,
this is what doesn't make any sense to me. I think in a few years from now, people are going to wake up and they go, "What the fuck are we paying money
that's
for?
what's going to happen?
What is this?
You think?
What are we doing?"
Well,
Ready Player One seems sort of like a future to you, right?
Yes.
This is how you own things in that world.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
That makes more sense. That makes a little bit more sense.
Something's unique to you.
Maybe we'll talk someday.
Yeah.
So, look, this is entering the public consciousness now. We've been involved in the space for a number of years. We've seen who's building, what is working. I strongly encourage you to join our community. We're a crypto culture channel. This show's all about play to earn. But check out the other shows we do as well. There's something here for everybody, and we'd love to have you on board with us. In closing, guys, any thoughts, Mr. Gonzo?
I just want to give another shout out to Revomon, Sean, because what's happening there is like it's a missed opportunity right now for a lot of people, I think. What they're building, the team that they have, the timeline that they have, and the things that are coming, looking at the market cap, and I'm just going to say take another close look at Revomon. If anybody is interested in finding the next thing before it's big, like Revomon is under 10 million market cap, I think 7 or 6 million. They have the next version coming out in the next couple days. There's going to be collectibles. They're releasing the NFT marketplace on Binance Smart Chain. So all that kind of stuff, they're doing it the right way, and this always happens to projects that do it the right way. The people that kind of bought the little bit of the hype and it bleeds out and you're like, oh, we're going to zero. It's like, no, this is the perfect buying opportunity right now. If you're into these projects that are about, the next thing, you really got to look at this kind of stuff. So that's just my my little wink, nudge to anybody that's looking for the next thing. That's
most of your wink, nudges have come off over the last few years, mate. So there you go, peoples. Mathematics. Closing thoughts.
Jordan just gave a little reminder for everyone to check out Revomon. I just wanted to give a shout out to Blockchain Cuties, just if anyone hadn't heard about them yet. It looks like Cointelegraph gave them a shout out in their the latest news article yesterday, which is pretty big. Yeah, it looks like they're still getting more and more attention, which is nice. And yeah, my cuties are still growing, leveling up, and I'm letting that slowly grow. They're all level 4 or 5 right now. So.
Oh yeah, I've only got level 3.
Yeah, and yeah, I still got my big island waiting for the blockchain land adventure thing to grow. But yeah, we'll keep an eye on them as well for you guys.
The stack of Beak Hug from that LP. Oh my God.
That APY is looking nice still.
I've tripled my stack, so we've got some Beak Hug in the bank, ready to buy some NFTs. With Blockchain Cuties, we've sponsored a couple scholars. They've been playing, they're leveling up, exploring the game. I don't think we've actually sold too much yet in regards to play to earn, but it's another game, right? Where you get in there, you learn everything. It's very similar with Axie. Like there's lots of little mechanics that you have to figure out and learn, and different levels, different seasons. So this is one where we haven't spent a lot of time in, but we're in it and we're building. So everything goes at a different speed, right? So I think it's interesting.
Yeah. Now, let us know which games you would like to hear more about from us. Hit like, hit subscribe, join our community, link to the Discord below as well. We've got a new website launching in the coming week or two or so. And the three of us are all off now to breed some more Axies for the community. So if you want to be a scholar of ours, join the community. Link below. See y'all tomorrow. Cheers, guys.
Peace.
Bye.